just finished reading 2 books, 13 Reasons Why by J. Escher and The Lords of Discipline by Pat Conroy. And right now, because Rachel changed the rules and she's reading Julie and Julia or whatever, for her first book instead of The Adventures of Augie March, I'm changing the rules because I lent out Just Listen by Sarah Dessen, and I was going to read that next. And I don't know when I'm going to get it back. So, instead, I chose this the other day at the bookstore. Nicholas Sparks, because we all love and know Nicholas Sparks, but we all hate him too. It's called Dear John, which I'm currently reading right now. Okay, so we'll start with 13 Reasons Why. 13 Reasons Why it's a very emotional book. I mean, you read it, the way it's written is it's very, like, choppy, not very descriptive, it's just very, like, dialogue. Which makes sense because, the book is, the main character gets a set of cassette tapes, and there's 13 sides, and apparently because there's 13 sides to every story. I like the book. I do find it at times, you get a little aggravated with the girl who recorded the cassettes, but you get more aggravated with people she mentions in each cassette. You get really angry that stuff like this actually really happens, and I think, stuff like that happens at our high school all the time, except I obviously it hasn't really affected someone that way, and hopefully never will. Spoiler on that, but just for a couple minutes, not even a couple minutes, for like a moment, Rachel, so you don't have to stop watching for the whole thing. Just kind of fast forward. The spoiler I have for that is I don't like the fact that the main character gets the cassette tapes and you find out, oh, I'm one of the reasons why Hannah Baker killed herself. And then you find out on his cassette tape, oh, he wasn't really part of why I killed myself. He's just on the cassette tapes just because I wanted him to know the story. Like, if he's gonna get the cassette tapes, he might as well be guilty for something. If not, why did he get them? Like, kind of aggravating with the author just put him in there. I know the author didn't want everyone to be like, oh my god, I can't believe, the main character did something terrible to a poor girl. But I think that would have made the book more interesting. And I think it would have made, even though you would be very angry with the narrator, I think it would actually help. Alright. So, next book, The Lords of Discipline. Pat Conroy. I have a very beat up copy. I've actually read it several times. That wasn't part of the book, that was the note card. I've read this book several times. I think this is the 8th time I've read the book. One time I read the book in a day, and it's one page short of being 500 pages long. This is my personal, this is my favorite book of all time. And it's really weird because you look at me and you think, oh, girly girl, I'm not gonna like a book about military kind of stuff, but it's really good. It's about this boy, and he goes to military college. There's a college for people who want to be in the military, want to be like officers and stuff like that, and or just boys who go there to look good, when they want to go further on in their education. Instead of going to a regular four-year college, they go to which is what they call it in this book, the Military Institute. Well, the thing about this book is you start to love the main character. Like, you think, oh my god, he's such a goober, but I love him. He's like cute. He's like, I just want to pinch his cheeks, and because you realize he doesn't really want to be in the army, and he doesn't really want to be part of the military. He's going there because of his father, and his father passed away, and he promised his father while his father was dying that he would go here. So, he wants to keep his promise. and he wants to finish all 4 years of school. So basically, the book is separated into a couple parts. The first part is the beginning of his senior year, and he meets a girl, Annie Kate, and she's a really whacked out girl. She's a little weird. Like, I mean, I know this book is supposed to take place in like the late 60s, but even for late 60s, she's really weird. Just saying. She's cute, but she's weird. And he finds himself falling in love with her. Then the middle of the book, it's odd. Like after he finished that part, the second part is about his freshman year. Like it goes back in time to his freshman year, and he goes over all the hazing and all the bad things that happened, all the terrible things that the seniors did at the school. And then it brings you back to his senior year again, where he gets assigned to watch over the very first African American student to attend the college ever, and there's of course going to be a lot of hazing on him because of his race and because of the time period. So they want to make sure that he doesn't end up killing himself, because that would look really bad on the school, and things like that have happened before. So yeah, so he has to watch him, and he also has to look out for a group called 10. Really scary name. But it's really good. I love the way the book is written, and I love all the surprises and shocks. And it's not like just one big shock. It's like all these little ones, and then all of a sudden at the very end, it's like boom, shock. And then when you read it a second time, like this book is so awesome to read the second time around. You know the movie The Sixth Sense, and you watch it, and then you find out at the end that Bruce Willis is actually dead. And then when you watch it the second time, you go, oh my god, if I had known, like I can tell. Like you can tell. That's how this book is. When you read it the second time, you're like, you pick up on all the nitty gritty the little facts in the book that you never picked up before. I love this book. This is a personal favorite of mine. So now I'm reading Dear John, which I picked up at the bookstore yesterday. I was in the bookstore for like 3.5, 4 hours. And I bought A Clockwork Orange, which I think I'm gonna read next, and then 1984. I was debating between getting Dear John and Wuthering Heights to replace Just Listen, and I figured Rachel would appreciate Dear John better. And also, I don't know, have you ever walked into a bookstore and then you look at a book and you see it and you pick it up and you read the back of it and then you kind of just go like this, and there's something about the book that makes you go, I need to read this. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but it's like love at first sight with a book. And that's what happened with me with this book. And I started reading it and I realized, why did I choose this book? I'll save the reasons why for maybe I'll make 13 reasons why. That wasn't, no pun intended. That was really bad. I shouldn't make jokes. Anyways, so I'll tell you why I really enjoy or do not enjoy, depending on how the ending goes, this book, when you catch me next time. And also, FYI, Rachel hasn't even finished her first book yet. You know how many books I've read? She hasn't even finished her first book yet. We should have set the rules to be punishments. You didn't finish your books on time. Rachel would be way overdue on punishments. I could like make her my personal assistant right now. I can make her do everything for me. Be like, hey Rachel, you want to go do my homework? Or hey Rachel, do you want to go do this? She wouldn't appreciate that, and she's probably watching this and thinking, wow, Shannon, you're mean. Oh no, I should stop talking. So I will. So anyways, if you read 13 Reasons Why, or are planning to read 13 Reasons Why, and if you read The Lord's Discipline, my all-time favorite novel, comment, you know, check out the blog, and we have Twitter. We are added onto Twitter, so add us on Twitter. We're 52, the number 52, books, and then the number 1 in year. So yeah, find us and add us, and You know, I'm basically the only one tweeting because Rachel's not even reading any of her books. I love you, Rachel. Alright, so talk to you later.